Greetings, precious, beautiful, magnificent spirit soul that you are. There's nothing wrong with you. All is well. My topic: sing your way to health, happiness, and good fortune. Don't whistle. Whistle calls ghosts. People don't realize that. When I lived in India and studying the Vedas with the great teacher Haridas Shastri, I'm only one of two people that he worked with in America, in this place. Anyway, health, happiness, how to sing your way to health, happiness, and prosperity. And this whole thing about sound and words and mantras and such is that when you take a look at where you are right now, okay, your situation, wherever it may be, whatever, right where you are. All right. Where is that being conjured up? Through thoughts. They're made of words. We've been taught what those words mean and the definitions. And when anything happens out here, the mind is always making up stories. Maybe your friend didn't call, so then they don't like me anymore. So then you start singing that song, nobody likes me. I guess I'll eat some worms, tall, slim, slimy ones. Remember all those kind of things? And the whole fear that if I'm not liked, then I'll basically starve to death, when you get down to what it's really at. And you can't die. So anyway, so even if you tried. And that's the good and the bad news, because and that's what I had to realize many years ago, was that if I'm going to be happy eternally, I'm going to have to find out how that operates and what happens. Because when I got that I was eternal and wouldn't die, I was depressed. Because it was like, there's no escape. You can't escape yourself because you're an eternal. And when studying the Vedas and such, was giving such great transcendental knowledge, and also in the ancient times, that all the manifestation would happen by sound vibration in the transcendental state, so that the ancient mystics and yogis and such were able to perform so many different things that are written about and people nowadays say are impossible. But what happened is, the thinking entity, the thought form entities, because they're not divine and they're not us, and they're just thoughts and words, they have nothing to do with us. We're divine beings, and we then have our own transcendental sound vibration, and everything here has a vibrational signature in this world that gave the Vedas given the great knowledge in the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. There's so much. And yet everything gets watered down by whoever translates, because everybody's got their axe to grind, so to speak, or what they're trying to prove, or what their group wants everybody to believe or think, because they want to control and direct humanity and animals and what's happening in their world, where there are no surprises, in a sense. So when you realize you can sing yourself to health, happiness, and good fortune, we've also been taught that you don't really have a good voice, and if you're going to sing, you have to sing according to the music that you've been given, the songs that have been written, and then you start to look at what the words are on these songs that we've been singing. Your cheating heart will make you grieve. Oh, do, 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 do. There was this really cool woman who was a really good blues singer up in Carmel, California. When we go to summer retreats, I take my girls and such. And she was a really great singer, but the songs she sang, all of the blues and song, you look at the people, the songs that they sing and who they are, and you notice how they take on all of that, and that's how they act and how they behave and what they do, because their own sound vibration is controlling them. And so therefore most people are singing themselves into sickness, bad fortune, and misery. And by the words they're saying, by the tone of their voice, by what they believe, by what they think is happening, by how they're manufacturing everything into their mind so that they come up a loser, so that they come up penniless, you might say, because we do the money thing. They accept the verdict. They accept the diagnosis. There's no cure. That's the whole deal. There's no cure. Because, see, a cure means you wouldn't need any medicine. And the real medicine is your own sound vibration. And how important that is. And what you're believing. And what words that you're internalizing. And what thought forms you're actually living under and expressing and being subjected to. So how to actually sing your way to health, happiness, and good fortune is to, first of all, don't listen to sounds and music or conversations or words that are coming to you, at you, from you, out of devices of any kind that are not inspiring. And I would suggest that you tune your instruments to 432, plus you might want to get a set of tuning forks that are particular levels to help you when you start humming and you start singing, that you start searching for harmonics that are harmonious. You don't need dissonance, and you don't need there supposedly was a song that was written classically that was so depressing that people would commit suicide listening to this tone. Also, when you find the frequencies that are going on in vibrations, whether it's 5G, 4G, 3G, any of these labels that they give you to these energy frequencies cause disturbances in the brain. They cause illnesses in the body, because just like, say if you had a car and you've got a wheel that's out of alignment, and then all of a sudden, if you don't fix it, pretty soon the whole car is jiggling as you go down the road. You go, because that one thing, it's like this my girl's, I call him sperm donor, my girl's dad. He's had such a nasty man in the way he would talk and the way he was and his attitude and the voice and everything and the horrible, nasty things that he would say. And I was really fortunate to have been told every nasty kind of word and called every nasty word that ever could possibly be. I've had so much love. I've had hate. I've had appreciate, all the stuff. But it's always coming from somebody else's mind. And if I take that on myself, then I take on the sentence, I take on the attitude, I take on that life form, and I manifest it. And sound is so very important. And then when it's fractured, it becomes frequency and it becomes chaotic, or it becomes hostile, just like you can pick up the frequencies and the energy being emitted from people. And that's why animals can pick that up very much, and they know and they sense. And we do sense, but we've been so indoctrinated to believe that we don't know anything, that we're not divine, that we can't make our own choices, that we have to have anybody tell us what to do. We have to have laws and rules and regulations, and you got to fit in, you belong in here, or we have to get rid of you. But that's how it is with a specific system that wants everybody and everything to fit into a certain space, but it's never for your good. It's for you to be used and exploited in that way, because it's basically a business plan for somebody other than you. Sing your way into health, happiness, and good fortune. Every day, in every way, I'm feeling good. Woo-hoo! Every day and every way, I'm feeling good. You say, now what if you sang that, but you're sick now? How can I sing that? Try. Start to change your vibration. Come back to the natural vibration of who you are. Get out into nature. Listen to the birds sing. Start to hum, make up words. Don't sing songs out there. You know, they had some little girl singing, I'm going to have sex with an alien and have an alien's baby. Really? You let your children listen to stuff like that? You know, I knew these people, they had the baby, as soon as it's born, is put in a corral, you know, whatever they're going to call it, with a huge big screen TV there, playing children's stuff continuously. That's all programming for that person to be a robotic slave. Really? To fit into a system like that? None of it's natural. None of it's harmonious. None of it is who we are. So how do you change? You start right from where you are, and you're going to have to fake it till you make it. Because how can I say I feel good when I'm feeling miserable? Well, fake it until you make it. Say, I feel great. Every day and every way I'm getting stronger and stronger. Every moment in every way I'm having a better time. Life is good and that's who I am and I'm having fun. And when people say, how are you? You say, wonderful, so nice to see you. You know, and smiling. Well, they're hateful and they're mean and they're not nice to me. So then you shut down, you close down, you stop singing your song and being who you are, so that you conform. You're with the form of the hive mentality of a bunch. Once when I was in Peru, and I was in Lima, Peru, and it's a very dismal place, and they were having some kind of a freedom march, but there was no joy. It was every marching, and people get drugged up with fake food, drugged up with prescription things, drugged up with hard, you know, like drugs that are manufactured in different situations, and these frequencies and these energy waves that are going, because as long as you believe your mind and thoughts, you're going to be controlled. And that the key is to liberate yourself. And you liberate yourself from knowing how you function, how this world functions, and that's my work, is to be here to serve you. And your happiness is my divine pleasure, because when people have envy, they never are happy for your well-being. That's why it's so important for you to invest in yourself. And that's why I offer my counseling, and I offer it on Love Offering, because I know there's people that have more resources available and stuff, but you always have to give something, because unless you give out, and I want to thank the people that are helping me to do this work, because this is the work you like. This is helping you. And when you help me, it helps me to help you, because I'm able to then do this to offer you the results of my, you know, years and years and years and years of research. And I'm always willing to dump anything that I find something better. Okay, most people, no, I'm going to stay sitting right here because this is what I believe. My family believed this. I'm in this group and we all are together and we're all right here doing this, without the real investigation. And when you do your spiritual sleuthing, really, and I offer also the mentoring for people that you're working on a continual basis with me through the phone or in person, that working and with the resources that I have that I suggest for you, because you got to do your own work. But to work with you could solve any problem almost immediately and come back to who you really are, because this moment is the first moment of the rest of your entire existence, which is eternal. And since you are an eternal being, the greatest investment is the one you make in yourself. Investment, the work that you do. And part of then this singing thing is to get over your voice and get over being shy, or get over, I don't remember words. You don't have to remember words. Just hum. Just let your resonance start happening, because the body's a musical instrument that is actually a manifesting machine. That's what it is. And most people have no idea their body, their consciousness that you're expressing through the body is a manifesting machine. If you don't like what you're manifesting, manifest something else. That's how it goes. So I invite you to have the best that's there. There is no one greater or less than you are. And yet, no one else is going to care about you. I mean, people do, but your activation of your true self other than you. So start singing a happy song. Make it up. Let yourself hum and sing. Don't whistle. Because that, I mentioned at the beginning when I was studying in the Vedas, they have information and knowledge that most people in the Western world have no inkling of. And the problem within that Eastern world is most people have been conditioned to take on the Western mentality and to invalidate their own divine wisdom and therefore limit themselves and put themselves in a construct rather than in the glory of eternal ecstasy and joy and pleasure of your divine soul. And that can happen immediately and right now. So at my website, Cole-Whittaker.com, you want a flyer or information on what I'm doing, retreats and classes and courses and counseling, love offering, because I never turn anyone away if they're really sincere and they really want to work on who they are. But you always need to give something. And when you give to help me, whatever it may be, to produce this and put this program out there, we're giving other people this, and it's the greatest gift that we can give others. And also that you're giving the gift to yourself because it allows for this message to be there that you can use and empower yourself with, because that's my intention. So I want to say that, hey, take a nice deep breath. Be right here, and right now is the beginning of your eternal existence. You choose.